Hey everyone, Cho-Dayah Monet here, and I make beauty and fashion related content plus more. Welcome. Today I will be teaching you how I got this no foundation makeup look in detail, teaching you everything that I've learned about makeup so far. So if you are a beginner or you simply just want to enhance the makeup routine you already have, keep watching. Alright, to start, I am starting with a clean face, which means my face is washed. I did my skincare routine, and I also let my skincare sit for like at least an hour before starting makeup. Tip: let your skincare sit so you don't have cakiness underneath your makeup. So the first thing you want to apply on your makeup after you have put your skincare on is a primer. Primer just preps your skin for whatever look you're going for based on your skin type. So if you're oily, you might want a mattifying primer. If you have dry skin, you should use a hydrating primer. If you have combo skin, it's really up to you. Put certain primers in certain areas where you're dry, put the other primer where you're oily. In my case, I am combo skin and I like a natural matte look. So to start, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum, and it's a mattifying priming face serum. I'm combo, so I'm just going to put this product in my T-zone, which is my forehead and my nose and my chin. Just sucking up all the oil. Make sure it's going in my creases. I put this underneath my eyes before and it was so dry. Oh my god, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane, barbaric actually. If you're going to use this, do not put this in your dry areas at all. Next, I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder in shade Universal, and it is exactly what it says it is. It's just blurring my skin. I'm going to take a brush because I don't like applying this with my hand. I don't know why. But I take a brush like this, a flat brush. This is a foundation brush. And I just go in and I just apply it to my face like so. And this is like a primer as well underneath the makeup. It really gives my skin that blurred finish because I don't use foundation. So it makes my skin real like baby doll like. Alright, now that this is all applied, does my skin look blurred? It should. Next is brows. I use the e.l.f. brow gel, and it is a dupe for the Anastasia's Brow Freeze, I believe that's what it's called. And the brow gel just locks your brows in place. Now, eyebrows are trial and error. When I first started doing makeup, I did them too thin. I already have thin eyebrows, but I made them thinner. And then when I got comfortable doing makeup, I made them thicker. But now I found a middle ground where I make it look as natural as possible thanks to this brow gel. So I'll go in with a spoolie. Mine is dirty. I use my products. I use my brushes. I have to clean them. And I just literally place it on the brow. Another tip I learned, I already started on this eye, but this is very greasy, so it leaves like the greasiness on your face. So a little hack is to go in with a little brush, dab it in your setting powder, and just go across your eyebrows like that. Forgot to do it on this eye, but you'll see the difference. So now I'm about to go on to the other side and put the brow gel in there. And now I'm about to brush it up. I brush mine up to my desired shape that I like. And I'm trying to do the other side. I think because I put the mattifying primer on, you probably really can't see the difference, but one side is a little bit drier than the other, and that's this side, as you can see. And then I go in with the Morphe brow cream in the color Java, and mine's look crazy on the inside. I've been using this since I started makeup. I ain't throwing it out until I finish it, so. But I do like the brow cream over the pencil, but I also do go in with the pencil to fill in what I couldn't get with the brow gel. And I just take an eyebrow dual brush. It has the slanted tip and then the spoolie at the end. Then I just go in and I coat both sides. And you just fill them in to your desired look. I just darken mine in because I do have thin brows, so I have a lot of spaces. So you just fill it in how much you like, depending on what kind of eyebrows you have. And I just take the spoolie and I brush the product through. Take some of the darkness out of it. And then I take the spoolie I used with the brow gel and I just shape my eyebrows. If you carve the tail down and it kind of like go down like how that is, just take the spoolie and fluff it back out. And then I just take my other brush and fan out the front, and voila. The next step into doing your brows is carving them out with concealer. I mix my concealer with my skin tint. This is not foundation, this is a skin tint. I only put this on if I'm doing like my professional photos or if I'm going to be out all day and I want like a full beat. But for something quick and simple, I do not use the skin tint at all. But I do use it to carve out my eyebrows. For carving out under your eye, you're going to take a concealer shade that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin tone. And then to carve the top of your eyebrow, you're going to take a concealer that's the same tone as your skin tone. Me, I mix my concealer and my skin tint together. So to do that, you're going to take a very flat brush with an angle to it so it's easier to trace your eyebrow. I take the concealer out. You could put it on there, but I put it on the back of my hand because I do mix. So I just put it on the back of my hand. You don't need much. To do under my brow, you just literally trace it. Take your time. If you're a beginner, take your time because you can easily go too far up and that will thin the eyebrow. So you're just literally tracing the outline of your brow and cleaning it up to make it more defined. And then you just drag it down, and then you go and repeat the same thing on the other side. And then you flip the brush. For your right eyebrow, the angle will slant up this way, so the tip will be pointing to your left. And for your left eyebrow, the angle will point this way, so your tip will be pointing to your right. You just go in and do the same thing you did on your right side. And like I said, if you're a beginner, you go slow. But me, I'm going a little bit faster because I'm not a beginner anymore. I'm not a pro, but I'm not a beginner, okay? And if your eyebrows feel like you're not matching it, like I said, you can go up a little bit with the concealer and take off as much as you need. And that's what I'm going to do on this side because my eyebrows grow down lower on my left side than my right side. So I'm just going to take the concealer up just a little bit and take whatever I need off to match my right side. And do the same thing and bring it down. And now for the top, I mix my skin tint with my concealer and it just makes it darker. And now to do the top, take the brush flat like this and you drag it across the top of your eyebrow. When you're doing underneath, you just use the tip of the brush like that, and then you can flip it to get the rest of the product off the back to drag it, and then you just clean it up with the rest to do the other side. And then your brow should be carved out like this. And now what I do is I take the flat side of the brush and I literally just bring the middle together and I bring it down to literally box off my brows. And now they should be separated like so. And then I'm taking my Beauty Blender sponge, as a mini one, and I literally just blend out everything. So at the bottom, because that's where I started. And don't be afraid to bring the concealer down to the lid. It does not have to be just right underneath the brow. You can bring it down. That's what blending is for. You just blend it right on out and down, because the concealer can act as a base for your eyeshadow. And now the middle and the top. For me, I buff out the top of the concealer, the edges first, and then I go in and flatten the middle part. Again, I go in and I buff out the top, and then I go in to flatten and blend the middle that's closer to the brow, and then I blend out the middle. I feel like this line was a little harsh, and you blend until you get all the harsh lines out. Like it was a harsh line in the front, so you just blend it out, flatten it to make it look as natural as possible. And now my brows are done. Next is eyeshadow. We already prepped our eyeshadow by bringing the concealer that we put underneath our eyebrows down to our eyelid. You can add more if you want. Take the brush that you did your eyebrows with, literally pat it on the lid. Me, I don't use that much product because I like my makeup to look natural as possible. I get a lot of compliments on like my makeup looking like skin, and that's how I like my makeup. If you like it heavy, apply more. Makeup is all about what you like, making your face how you like, changing your face how you like. Me, I like mine to look like me, but just enhanced. So I'm taking the same beauty blender and blending out my concealer on the eyelid, and it's going to act as a base, and in makeup terms it's called the eye primer. And the eye primer just basically gives your eye a blank canvas to work on so the color can pop on the eye. Today we're going to do a basic eye natural look, but if you are to use color and practice with color, you will use a white base so the colors could be more vibrant and pop on your eyelid as well. I'm using this palette, and it is my favorite palette. I don't grab anything else. Look at all the natural colors it has in it, and I love a natural makeup look. Anybody that know me know I always do a brown eye look. It's my favorite. Can't help it, not going to change it, and I'm going to teach you my favorite look today. Today we're going to use 3 eyeshadow colors, a light, a medium, and a dark. 2 to 3 shades. I prefer 3 so you're able to blend everything and bring dimension into your eye, no matter what look you're doing, whether it's natural or colorful. I'm taking this fluffy brush to apply my medium shade. For my medium shade, I'm going to use this brown, which is like a reddish brown. And I dab off the excess, and then you apply your medium shade to the crease of your eye. It could be messy, it's okay. For this look, you are basically avoiding the front part of your eyelid. And just like me, you're going to put it in your crease and literally hook it around like a C. You put it in your crease to bring dimension into your eye. Add as much as you want or as little as you want. It's up to you. Like I said, makeup is your own preference. I'm going to add a little bit more. And now I'm going to take a more dense brush and add a darker shade, and I'm going to use Mocha. And I'm going to add this as my second transition shade. I'm just going to apply it to the corner of the eye, and this just brings dimension into the eye. You can drag it up into the crease a little bit too, but you're just essentially placing it on the corner of the eye. Pat it on the corner, bring it out past your eye just a little bit. So this is where my eye ends, past the corner of my eye just a little bit. You just keep building to your desired look and bring it out just a little bit like that. And now my eye has depth, and then you go in with your first shade, and now you blend it out, and you just lay it on top of the darker color and blend it out. And now my eye have depth and the crease is defined. So now you're going to take a little skinny brush with your third transition shade, which will be the lightest shade, and I'm going to use this color right here. You just take it to the top and you blend everything out. And this, you can go as heavy as you want because it's the lightest shade and it's for blending. And we blend to avoid harsh lines. And then you could go in back and forth with all 3 shades until you have the look that you want, but repeating it in the same areas you put it. So again, with the first shade, which is our medium shade, it goes into the crease and curve around to the bottom of the eyelid. And then with the dark shade, tap. And then it goes on the end to bring depth into the eye. And then end with your lighter shade to blend everything together. And it goes right underneath the eyebrow. And I have the look that I want. So I'm gonna stop here and then I'm gonna go do the same thing on the other side. And I'll be right back. Now that both eyes are complete, you can leave it like this. This is cute as well, just a natural brown look. But me, I like to add a little razzle dazzle. I'm gonna take this flat brush. I'm gonna take this butter pecan shade and mix it with the white. So I'm gonna apply the white first and then layer it with the butter pecan. And this just gives that soft baby doll glam look that I've been obsessed with, and I do this basically all the time. So I just basically make a cut crease, which is basically just tracing the crease of your eye. Mine is here, and I'm just bringing it down and patting the white in. And it's not supposed to be heavy because it's a soft addition to the look. If you are a beginner, I will always recommend learning how to do natural colors first. Get the technique down of blending browns together, etc., etc., before you move to color. Now, if you're on color, working with color, you will take a lighter color in the front that is lighter than all the other colors you use to get this effect. And yeah, so you will keep patting it in and blending it into the brown. So now concealer. Just like underneath your eyebrows, you're going to go in with a shade that is 1 or 2 shades lighter than your skin complexion. But you know me, I have another concoction that I do because I like my under eye just a certain look. I don't know. I could probably find this in a concealer shade, but I just make my own thing. I've been doing this since I started makeup and I haven't stopped. So I mix a white concealer with my concealer that I already have, and it's the perfect bright under eye concealer for me. I go in, take that first shade on the back of my hand, and I take this shade and I also just cover any blemishes and pimples that I have. Since this is a no foundation look and you don't have that full coverage foundation to conceal anything, so, or skin tint to hide anything, so I just hide some of my blemishes and redness that I have on my face. In that same beauty blender, let's flatten everything. We'll just blend everything out till it looks like skin. And now for my under eye. So to do this, you gotta make a silly face to really get them creases if you have a creasy under eye. So I put my head down like this and I stretch my lips. All of that. And then I take the white and I put it a little bit in the front. And I just let this sit and dry down just a little bit before I blend it out. And while I wait, I'm using the Juvia's Place contour stick. Contouring is basically just adding shadows to your face to make it more structured. I contour my nose, my cheeks, and my jawline. I just put contour right at the top here, the tip of my nose to get that pointy look. We all have a natural contour line, just go above it to make it higher and more underneath the jawline to make your jaw more defined. Now that I have my contour in place, I'm going to blend out my concealer. And to blend it out, you're not poking your eye out. It may look heavy-handed on the video, but I'm really not heavy-handed. I'm really doing small taps with slight pressure. And I'm just blending the two together. If you aren't mixing two together, just blend out the one concealer you're using. And I pat it to the side of my nose. And I bring it down. And if it dries down a little too much, just take a setting spray, a little bit on the brush, not too much, and just blend it out. And you're making that ugly face to tilt down so you can really blend out underneath the eye and get them lines that's underneath there. All right, and everything is blended for the most part. So now I'm about to blend out my contour. So to blend out my contour, I use a slanted brush and I literally tap. You blend the contour up to your underneath your eyebrow, like so, like this. My mistake when I first started is I was blending it into my crease. No, blend it up into your eyebrow so it looks like a natural nose. As you can see, you see the shape starting to come together. Yeah, and then you do the same thing on the other side, and as you can see, the nose is snatched. And then I take what I put on the tips of my nose to give that button nose look. I just brush it down, make a V, and then go across, and now I have a button nose. And you can also put some on top too to really define the button nose. My nose contour is finished, so now I'm gonna do the cheeks, and just like the nose, I'm patting it up into my concealer for it to blend, and I'm curving it so it could be really like chiseled, but also my cheekbones really puffy and high. I have naturally high cheekbones and I like to make them more higher when I do my makeup. But again, you do your contour based on the look that you want. I wouldn't advise dragging your brush because then you're going to drag your face down. So you pat it and you make sure everything is patted up into place. And then for underneath my jawbone, I literally just do like this. I'm gonna do that harsh because it's nobody not gonna see it. Now I'm gonna do my nose contour. I'm gonna take a little bit on the line that's created in the middle. Just take your concealer, put it in the middle, and dab the center. And then you just put it all in your highlighted places. This is your highlighting concealer. And then you just blend it all out. Concealer around my mouth. And then I blend out my nose. And you're patting. Gentle pats. The whole time, everything gentle, gentle, gentle pats. Gentle pats only. And the same thing with your forehead. Blend out your concealer to your nose contour. Now I'm going to set my concealer with the Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. And you just literally blot it everywhere you put the concealer. And what this is doing, the setting, is just locking all the concealer in place. You put it everywhere. And now I'm going to go with the Laura Mercier translucent powder to bake. And baking prevents creasing. And then I go in with a fluffy brush and I just put the powder on top. I used to use a beauty blender, like the flat part, and put the powder on top, but now I use a brush. I feel like it distributes the powder better. Actually, the brush that I used was a little too fluffy. I didn't see this one, but this is the one I would usually use to powder my face. Next is bronzing, and I use the Fenty Beauty bronzer, and I use an angled fluffy brush, and bronzing just brings color back to the face. And I start on my forehead while I let my bake sit. I start on my forehead and I do the E method where I go 1, 2, 3, the E3 method, because on one side it'd be an E, on the other side of your face it'd be a 3. And then the same thing on this side, bronze. And we're just bringing color back into the face. And I take all this whiteness out of my face. I'm gonna go with the bronzer and literally swipe away all the powder. And you just apply the bronzer wherever you put powder. And now that everything is done, I'm gonna go in with my Morphe setting spray and set everything in place. And what the setting mist did was make everything melt together and make everything look more skin-like. So while my face is drying and marinating, I'm going to do the finishing touches on my eyeshadow. I'm going to take a thin brush that's angled, or what I will usually use is a brush like this, but it's dirty. So, alright, and I'm going to go in with the first shade we used, the medium shade, underneath the eye. And it's just a subtle detail to elevate the look. You can have fun with it. You can add color underneath here. Like, for example, this blue would have been cute under here, but I'm not doing all of that. I'm doing something simple. It's subtle, but cute. It makes a difference too. Now to elevate this look a little bit more, I'm going to go in with this shimmer to just add to the baby doll look. Now I'm just going to take a regular brush, dab a little bit, and just literally drag it across the eye. And it's a subtle finishing touch that makes the look chef's kiss. Now for my second favorite part of makeup is blush. And I'm using this Haus blush in the shade French Rosette. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush, a blush brush, dab in there. Just apply it where the contour and concealer meet. That's where they blend together. Because you don't want to smile and then apply it to the apples of your cheek, and then when you start smiling, it's all the way down here. So the trick is to put it higher. You could take it up to the side of your face. And blush also helps lift the face as well. Now you take your beauty blender and just blend out everything together. Alright, so now for mascara, I like to apply it to my bottom lash and a little to my top, depending on the look I'm going for, because sometimes I go lashless. So when I'm not putting no lashes, I go heavy on the top, but I always go heavy on the bottom regardless. A long bottom lashes ties into the baby doll look so much, and that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. If you are afraid to put eyeliner in your waterline, this is a good hack to do that for that dark look, because you're essentially pressing it into your bottom lash anyway. So you press it dark enough, it gives you the illusion that you have eyeliner on your bottom lash. And it's all like, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh. Now I'm gonna put on the lash. I'm not really a fan of lashes right now at the moment. I really will rock my makeup look without a lash, but today I'm wearing these lashes. They're from Amazon. They're a little too big for my liking. I am gonna trim them down, but I am gonna put them on for you. I'm gonna get it off the damn thing. Okay, there we go. These might not be too long. Oh yes, they are. Oh god, I'm gonna cut them down. Golly, I was in a long lash phase for real, and now I'm not. I need to find a soft cat eyelash that's not too much. Eyelash hack: to apply an eyelash, you put it in the middle first, like that. It's stuck, and then you attach it to your eye, and it's that simple. I'm gonna apply the lashes and trim them, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back and the lashes are on. Please don't mind my phone. I'm trying to get some TikTok content as well. But yes, so the lashes are on. I did cut them shorter because it was a bit too much going on. So now on to the lip, which is my third favorite part of makeup. So I'll start with lip lining. And then to blend out my lip line, I just smash my lips together and pull. Then I pat my lips together like this. And it's all blended. And I'm gonna take this Nude. This is Remedy by Ari lip gloss. Place that all over the lip. And then I'll take the pink, and this is Pink Matter, and the nude is Butter Cake, and it smells like cake too. It smells good. And I'm gonna take the pink and put it in the center. And then I'll blend it all in. I got this high gloss. It's a tube of gloss. I saw this from my mom, and you could put it like on your lips, on your cheeks. It's just a gloss base. I'm gonna take this flat brush. I do have a gloss brush, but I can't find it right now. So I'm just gonna take this flat brush, apply it to it, and I'm just gonna rub it on top. And this essentially just blends everything together perfectly. And my last final touch is adding my beauty mark back to my face. Beauty mark applied, and then with the lashes, I ended up attaching them a little bit up so it could be like a cat look instead of bringing my eyes down. So I'm gonna just take this black liquid liner and fill in the space. Filling in that space just hides that the band isn't on your lash line, and it is essentially like on your eyelid. To finish it all up, I'm going to use a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. I'm going to let that dry down. Now that my face is dry, I'm going to go in with the One Side Setting Spray to lock everything into place. This is very fragrancy, and I'm never going to stop saying that. I always say that every time I film a video doing makeup with this. It smells like perfume, and it's so strong, but it does the job. And this is the finished makeup look. Oh my gosh, I look like a Barbie doll. I love makeup. Like, I look like a Barbie doll. I hope you were able to learn some new tips and techniques that either help you begin your makeup journey or enhance the one you already have. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.